Fire Charger's Darkblade here, and in this video I'm going to test my Pokemon knowledge by naming as many Pokemon as I can. I will see the image and identify this. I'll pick this one because it is unlabeled. So starting with Gen 1 and... wait, where did my widget go? Let me zoom in on this image a bit. Yeah. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattata, Raticate, Spearow, Fiero, Ekans, Arbok, Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Nidoran Female, Nidorina, Nidoqueen, Nidoran Male, Nidorino, Nidoking, Clefairy, Clefable, Vulpix, Ninetales, and next is Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Paris, Parasect, Venomoth, Venomoth, Diglett, Dugtrio, Meowth, Persian, Psyduck, Golduck, and Mankey, Primeape, Growlithe, Arcanine, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Abracadabra, Alakazam, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Victreebel, Tentacool, Geodude, Graveler, Golem, Ponyta, Rapidash, who are you? Slowpoke, Slowbro, Magnemite, Magneton, Farfetch, Doduo, Dodrio, Seal, Dugong, Grimer, Muck, Shelter, Cloyster, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, Onix, Drowsy, Hypno, Krabby, Kingler, Voltorb, Electrode, Executor, Cubone, Marowak, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, pretty sure that's which one is which, Lickitung, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadro, Goldeen, Sea King, and this is Starmie, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, you are Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Magikarp, Gyarados, Lapras, Ditto, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Porygon, bring him back, Omanite, Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, and Snorlax, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, Mewtwo, Mew. Next, I'll go one gen up. Do all Gen 2 Pokemon. This one, since it isn't labeled, there are 100 of these. Oh wait, this is just includes the entire Johto Dex, not just strictly Johto Pokemon. Because it has Pokemon that were very much not introduced in the second generation. Pick one that's clearer and also not labeled. This is a tier list and not a normal list. Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium, Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion, Totodile, Croconaw, and Feraligatr, Sentret, Ferret. Who are you? You are, what's it called? Hoothoot, Noctowl, Leddyba, Ledian, Spinarak, Ariados, Crobat, Chinchou, Lantern, Pichu, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Togepi, Togetic, Natu, Xatu, Mareep, Flaffy, Ampharos, Bellasa, Meryl, Azumarill, Sudowoodo, and you are Politoed, Hoppip, Skiploom, Jumpluff, Apom, Sunkern, Sunflora, Yanma, and you are, I think that's literally like Dragonfly in Japanese or something. Actually, don't quote me on that. Wooper, Quagsire, You are Espeon Umbreon based. Murkrow. Slowking. Mischievous Unknown. Wobbuffet. Girafarig, Pineco Fortress. Dunsparce. Gligar. I think it looks a bit more black than its normal purple in this sprite. More like some blackish gray or something. This is Steelix, Snubble, Granbull, and Quillfish. You are, what's it called? Scizor, Shuckle, Heracross, Sneasel. Apparently Weavile was introduced in Gen 4. Teddiursa, Ursaring, Slugma, Macargo, Swinub, Piloswine. Apparently Mamoswine was introduced in Gen 4. Corsola, Remoraid, Octillery, and you are, what is it called? Delibird, Mantine, Skarmory, Houndoom, Houndour, Kingdra, Phanpy, Donphan, Porygon 2, Stantler, Smeargle, Tyrogue, Hitmontop, Smoochum, Elekid, Magby, Miltank, Blissey, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Larvitar, Pupitar, Tyranitar, Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Celebi. Now for Generation 3. Oh wait, this is another tier list. Now, here this is a drawing. Try to enlarge it. Trico, Grovyle, Sceptile, Torchic, Combuskin, Blaziken, Mudkip, Marshtomp, Swampert, Poochyena, Mightyena, Zigzagoon, Linoon, Wurmple, Silcoon, Beautifly, Cascoon, Dustox, Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo, and this is C-Dot, Nuzleaf, Shiftry, Talo, Swellow, and Wingull, Pelipper, Ralts, Curlia, Gardevoir. I'm glad that the person who's drawing this did not do one of those lascivious memes for Gardevoir. Surskit, Masquerain, and this is Shroomish, Breloom, Slakoth, Vigoroth, Slacking, Nincada, Ninjask, Shedinja, Whismur, Loudred, Explode, Makuhita, Hariyama, and this is Azurill. This thing is Nosepass. Apparently Probopass is a Gen 4 introduction. Skitty, Delcatty, what is this? Sableye, Mawile, Aron, Lyron, Agron, Meditite, Medicham, Electric, Manectric, Plusle, Minun, Volbeat, Illumise. And this is Roselia, Gulpin, Swalot, Carvana, Sharpedo, Wailmer, Wailord, and you are Numel, Camerupt, Torkoal, Spoink, Grumpig, Spinda. This is Trapinch, Brava, Flygon, and you are Cacnea, Cacturn, Swablu, Altaria, Zangoose, Viper, Lunatone, Solrock, Barboach, Whiscash, Corphish, Crawdont, Baltoy, Claydol, Lileep, Cradilly, Anorith, Armaldo, Feebas, Milotic, Castform, Kecleon, Shuppet, Bayonet, Duskull, Dusclops, Tropius, Chimecho, and you are Absol. Why not? Why not? It's like one of it's either and Azurill are interesting because they're like Gen 3. They're the only like Gen 3 introductions to the evolutionary line of a Pokemon introduced in a previous generation. Snorunt, Glalie, Celio, Walrein. This is a Clamperl, Lant, Huntail, Gorbis, and you are, what is it? I think there was actually an entire episode based on Clamperl. And I also think Clamperl's evolutionary method is like based on personality value or something, which the player can't control or even see. This is Relicanth, Lovedisk, Bagon, Shelgon, Salamence, who are you? Beldum, Metang, Metagross, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, and you are Latios, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Jirachi, and Deoxys. And next is Gen 4. This introduced 107 new Pokemon. Gen 2 introduced 100, and Gen 3 135. So let's get this show on the road with Turtwig, Grotle, Torterra, Chimchar, Monferno, Infernape, Piplup, Prinplup, Empoleon, Starly, Staravia, Staraptor, Bidoof, Bibarel, Kricketot, Kricketune, Shinx, Luxio, Luxray, Budew, and Roserade. Okay, so Roselia was a singleton in Gen 3 and gained both a pre-evolution and an evolution in Gen 4. Cranidos, Rampardos, Shieldon, Bastiodon, and this is Burmy, Wormadam, Mothim, Combi, Vespiquen, Pachirisu, Buizel, Floatzel, Cherubi, Cherim, Shellos, Gastrodon, Ambipom, Drifloon, Driftblim, Baneri, Lopunny, Mismagius, Honchko, Glammeow, Purugly, Chingling, Stunky, Skuntank, Bronzor, Bronzong. You are Bonsly, Mime Jr., Happiny, Chatot, Spiritomb, Gibble, Gabite, Garchomp. If I catch myself before I finish, it doesn't count. Oh, it says full error. This is Munchlax, Riolu, Lucario, Hippopotas, Hippowdon, Scoropie, Drapion, Krogunk, Toxicroak, Carnivine, Finneon, Luminion. How many of you are conscious that these two even exist? Mantike, Snover, Abomasnow, Weavile, Magnezone, Licky, Rhyperior, and this is Tangrowth with Electivire, Magmortar, Togekiss, Yanmega or Mega Yanma in Japanese, Leafeon, Glaceon, Gliscor, Mamoswine, Porygon Z, Gallade, Probopass, Dusknoir, Frostlass, Rotom, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Regigigas, Giratina. And this is Cresselia, Fione, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman, Arceus. Now, Gen 5, which has introduced by far the greatest number of Pokemon in a single generation, with 155. This will take quite some time. Victini, which comes before the starters in both the Unova decks, where it's number 0, and in the National decks, where it's 493. Now I need to find my widget again. There you are. Now, this is Snivy, Servine, Serperior, Tepig, Pignite, Emboar, Oshawott, Duat, Samurott, Patrat, Watchog, Lillipup, Herdier, Stoutland, Purloin, Lightbird, and you are Pansage, Simisage, Pansear, Simipour, Panpour, Simipour. And you are Muna, Musharna, Pidove, Tranquil, Unpheasant, Blitzel, Zebstrika, and you are Roggenrola, Boldor, Gigalith, Woobat, Swoobat, and you are Drillbur, Excadrill, Audino, Timber, Girder, Conkeldurr, Timple, Palpitoad, Seismitoad, and I think this is Throw, Sock, Swaddle, Swadloon, Leavanny, Venipede, Whirlipede, Scolipede, Cottony, Whimsicott. And this is Lilligant, Petalil, Basculin. You are Sandile, Krokorok, Crocodile. Just trying to roll my R for that one. I don't know why. Darumaka, Darmanitan, Maractus, Dwebble, Crustle. I actually have a Dwebble card that says Swaddle in the name. And this is Scraggy, Scrafty, Sigilith, Yamask, Kofagrigus, Tortuga, Caracosta. Apparently there was also a turtle Pokemon designed for the beta of Gen 2. Arcan, Archeops, Shrubbish, Garbodor, Zorua, Zoroark, Mincino, Cinccino. And this is Gothita, Gotharita, Gothitelle, Solosis, Duosian, Reuniclus, Ducklet, Swanna, based on that story of the ugly duckling, I'm guessing. Vanillite, Vanillish, Vanillux, and this is Deerling, Saucebuck, Emolga. You are Carablast, Escavalier. I'm surprised that, given that these two are linked in evolutionary method, I'm surprised that they aren't closer together in the Pokedex. Fungus, Amoongus, Frillish, Jellicent. For some reason in the anime I heard it pronounced as Jellicent, even though the C is followed by an A, which should make it Jellicent. Alomomola, and this is Joltik, Galvantula, Ferroseed, Ferrothorn, Clink Clang, Klinklang, Tynamo, Electric, Electros, LGM, Beeham, Litwick, Lampant, Chandelure, Axew, Fracture, Haxorus, Cubchoo, Baratic, Cryogonal, Shelmet, Excelgor, Stunfisk, Meanfu, Mean Shao, Dredagon, Golett, Golurk, Poniard, Bisharp. I'm at 20 minutes now. Bouffalont, Rufflet, Braviary, and you are Volapie, Mandibuzz, Heatmore, Durant, Dino, Zweilous, Hydreigon, and you are Larvesta, Volcarona, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Thundurus, Tornadus, Reshiram, Zekrom, Landorus, Cudem. I don't know why this trio isn't fully continuous in the Pokedex. Apparently the Tau trio also isn't fully continuous in the Pokedex. Keldeo, Aldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect. Again, the Swords of Justice are not fully continuous in the Pokedex. Next is Gen 6, which introduced the fewest number of new Pokemon with 72. By the way, I will not be covering all of the Vivillon forms, female Pyroar, all of these Flabébé, Floa, and Florges flower forms, and apparently this unique Solos is to Ocean. Honedge, Doublade, Aegislash forms. Wait, how are these different? The sheathed, and unshielded, or this. I will just focus on this part, which also does not include the megas. Chespin, Quilladin, Chestnut, Fennekin, Braixen, Delphox, Froakie, Frogadier, Greninja, Bunnelby, Diggersby, what's this thing called? Fletchling, Fletchinder, Talonflame, Scatterbug, Spupa, Vivillon, Litleo, Pyroar, Flabébé, Floette, Florges, Skidoo, and Gogoat, Pancham, Pangoro, and this is Furfrou, Esper, Meowstic, Honedge, Doublade, Aegislash, and this is Spritzy, Aromatisse. I wasn't having brain fog yet. It felt like there was some mucus-like substance in my throat or mouth. Anyway, Swirlix, Slurpuff, Inkay, Malamar, Binacle, Barbaracle, Scrub, Dragalge, Clauncher, Clowitzer, and you are Helioptile, Heliolisk, Tyrant, Tyrantrum, and you are Amora, and I think this is Amoros or Auroros or something like that. So that's the first discontinuity in my memory. And you are Sylveon, Hawlucha, Dedenne, Carbink. You are Gumi, Sliggoo, Gudra, Klefki, Phantom, Trevenant, Pumpkaboo, Gorgeist, Bergmite, Avalugg, Noibat, Noivern, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde, Deontay, Hoopa, and Volcanion. So far I am at one discontinuity, and it's Auroros. Or Amoros, whichever one it is. Gen 7. I am way less confident about Gen 7 than I am about Gen 6. but let me see if I can do it. Ignore the regional variants. Rowlet, Dartrix, Decidueye, and you are Litleo, Torracat, Incineroar, Poplio, Brion, Primarina, and you are Pick-a-Peck, Trumbeak, Toucanon, Yungoos, Gumshoos, and you are Grubbin, Charjabug, Vikavolt, Crabrawler, Crabominable, Oricorio 4 forms, Cutiefly, Ribombee, and you are Rockruff, and this is Lycanroc, Wishiwashi, Marini, Toxapex, Mudspray, Mudstale, Dupiter, Aranaquid, Fomantis, Lurantis, Morlo, Shinotic, Salandit, Salazzle, Stuffle, Beware, Bounsweet, Steenie, and this is not sure. Comfey, Oranguru, Passimian, Wimpod, Glisopod, Sandygast, Palisand, Pukumuku, Typenol, Savali, Minior, Komala, Turtonator, and this is Togedemaru, Mimikyu, Bruxish, Drampod, Delmise, Jangmo-o, Hakamo-o, Komo-o, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini, Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo, Lunala, and now for the Ultra Beast, Neolego, Buzzwole, some Cockroach, Woman. Oh wait, that's his Pheromosa. Circuitry, Celesteela, Kartana, Guzzlord, Necrozma, Duskmane, Dawn Wings, Ultra, Magirina, Marshadow, Poipole, Naganadel. I don't know, Blacephalon, Zeraora, Meltan, and Melmetal. So the only ones that I really didn't know are this one, Steenie's evolved form, and this one. So only two for the entire region generation, which I began to stop paying attention, which is actually kind of weird. I mean, the only generations I've really watched all the episodes for are 1, 2, and 6. Next, Gen 8. I am not confident in my ability to do this. But who cares about what I am confident in? Let me get this show on the road. This is Grookey, Thwacky, Rillaboom, and you are Scorbunny, Raboot, Cinderace, Sobble, Inteleon. Oh wait, I think this is called Drizzile. Drizzile. So Sobble, Drizzile, Inteleon. So I won't count that since I eventually got it under my own effort. Squovet, Greedent, Rookity, Corvisquire, Corviknight, Blipbug, I don't know, Orbeetle, Nickit, Thievul, Glossiflor, Eldegoss, Wooloo, Dubwool, Choodle, Dreadnought, Yamper, Boltund, Roly-Poly, Carkle, Colossal, Applin, Flapple, Appletoon. I think one of these is Sandaconda, but I am not sure which one. Cramorant. One of these is Barraskewda and Arrokuda. This one is Toxtricity, but I'm not sure what this one is. I think this one, Sizzlepede, Scentus, Scorch, not sure, Grappalocked. Sinistea, Poltegeist. Five, six, seven. Impidimp, Grimmsnarl. 8. Obstagoon, Berserker, Cursula, Surfetched, Mr. Rhyme, Runagregus, Milcery, Alcremie, Phalanx, Pincherin, Snom, Frostmoth, Stonejourner, Ice-Q, Indini, Morpeko. 9. Copperajah, Dracozolt, Arctozolt, Dracovish, Arctovish, Duraludon, I think that's what its name is, Dreepy, 11. Zacian, Zamazenta, Kubfu, Urshivu, Zarude, Regieleki, Regidrago, I don't know, and Calyrex. So there should be about 13 Pokemon that I don't know in this region. And they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, how did I count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 13 or 14. Now time for the most recent generation. Probably going to get close to 0. Because you know what? I am going to do something called surrender. So, so I only got 16 out of 890. How many Pokemon were there as of Generation 8? How many Pokemon were there as of Generation 8?
The eighth generation of Pokémon includes 96 fictional species of creatures. Of these, 89 were introduced in Pokémon Sword and Shield, and the remaining 7 in Pokémon Legends Arceus. This answer is from Wikipedia and thegamer.com.
Wait. Wait, there were also that introduced new stuff like Cleavor and what's it called? Go to Bulbapedia. And Bulbapedia is not even trying. And now, let me try again. And Generation 8 says it was 898 as of Sword and Shield. And what are the 7 new Pokemon in? Okay, let me check. Legends are in new Pokemon. Go to images and try to find one that is not labeled. So I will go with Ursaluna, Basculegion, Overquill, Enamorus, Sneasler, I think this is Cleavor, and Wordier. I think that's all of them. So, perfect 7. Basculegion, Enamorus, Cleavor, Overquill. Yep. Perfect 7. And now let me try to find out what those stranglers were. Ah. Hmm. Ah. Shema, what's going on? By National Pokedex number. And I am on down to Gen 5. go to images. So the first one we need to know is Amora's evolved form, and that is Auroros. So depending on whether you want to count as, oh, I knew it. So Auroros is the one I was missing. And for this, the one that I was missing is Tsarina, and the other one is Stakataka. And now for Gen 8. The ones that are missing are Dottler, Carkol, I think, Silcobra, Toxel, Clobopus, Hatterim, Hatterene, Hatena, Morgrim, Cufant, and Dracoloc Dragapult. Larster, and Spectria. So yeah, I think I did fairly well. Only getting having only 20 misses in 905 Pokemon. That's all for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow, or later today, depending on how long it takes this video to upload.